How's it going? This is TJ again. I am the Married Guy Gamer. I want to thank you very much for all the support and welcomes to YouTube from the first video. Really just encouraged me to go out immediately and find more games to show you for another video. So here's the things I've picked up over the last few days and the weekend. Some thrift stores, some pawn shops, some flea market stuff, but all just some great stuff. So let me get started here. To start, I'll start with one of the coolest things actually is from a Goodwill and is some boxed Game Boy Advance complete games. What a great find! I found 5 of them here. None of them are really stellar games, but The Incredibles, Mousetrap, Operation Simon, like a combined thing. Uh, Pac-Man collection, like a Namco Museum collection, and the best one out of the group is Super Mario World Advance thing. It's player's choice, but still, like I said, 5 boxed Game Boy Advance games is really cool to find. They were $5 a piece, but it was Friday, which means it's 25% off if you come in with a Goodwill receipt from the fall or from the past week, which I did, and so it was like $6 off, something like that. So pretty much got 4 of them or 5 of them for the price of 4. So still a cool deal. I don't really collect the Game Boy Advance games. There's a couple I do want. Maybe I might keep the Mario one or something. But so if someone's really looking for some box Game Boy Advance games complete, they're all mint condition, great condition. So if anyone's looking for them, let me know. I'd love to to send them out here and find a better home. But so that's those. Next was a first store called Epic. I found a couple things. First, I'll show you what I got. Got a Nintendo 64 game, Elmo's Number Journey. It was $1, and I didn't want to pass up a Nintendo 64 game for $1. So I will probably never play it, but it's Elmo. And also with that, I found it's the network adapter for a PS2. It was attached to a PlayStation, and I asked if they would sell it separately, and they gave it to me for $1.99. So I don't really need it. I don't have one, but I don't really play anything online. I think Final Fantasy 11 is online, so I mean, I guess that could be fun to check out. But so if anyone really needs one or wants one, I've got one. But I do have a question for you guys out there. At this thrift store, they had a Nintendo DS. It was I don't know if it was a DSi or what model it was, but it was listed at $20. It didn't turn on. I assume batteries were dead or anything like that. But there was no power cable or anything like that. So it was listed at 20. It had a game in it. It was Frogger, so it came with the game. I passed on it because I didn't want to buy something that didn't work. So just wondering if that was a good decision or not. So really, just let me know in the comment section. If you would have taken it, even not knowing and stuff. But other than that, let's move on here. I went to the pawn shop here in town, and they had a lot of the games were listed for $1, and they had some Nintendo 64 games, and I had actually been there probably about 2 months ago, and I picked up Army Men, Sarge's Heroes, and Jet Force Gemini, and left all the sports games because I think they were $3 then or something like that. But anyway, everything was $1. I did not take the sports games, the 64 ones. I left Madden and Quarterback Club, that kind of things. Just at the time, I don't know, I didn't really want to get them, I guess. But I did pick up a few games. 2 games I'm gonna keep definitely are Tony Hawk 3 and Tony Hawk 4. Now I have a lot of history actually with Tony Hawk 4. When I was serving in Iraq, one of the dudes in the tent had a PlayStation 2 and had that game, and we spent I don't know, probably 60, 70 hours beating the game with all the characters. So I really wanted to find this game again and play through it again. So I got both those. They're both greatest hits, but they were $1 each, so I wasn't going to pass them up. Um, Next, at the same thrift store, for the Xbox, they were also $1, and that is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic and Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. I don't have an Xbox. I've actually played this one when I had a roommate a few years ago. He had an Xbox, and it's one of those things, where I bought a game to play on his Xbox, and I bought it, and then when he moved out, he just kind of took the game with him, and I didn't put up a fight because I didn't have an Xbox. But now that I'm kind of more collecting games again, I found them both for $1 each, so I wasn't going to pass them up. I still probably will not keep these. Like I said, I don't have an Xbox. So if someone is absolutely interested in them, let me know. I just didn't want to let them go for $1. I thought they were a great find. And they're fun games. Like I said, I played the first one. I haven't played the second one. Uh, well, next to them, also for $1, were some Xbox 360 games. And as you can imagine, since I don't have a Xbox, I don't have a 360 either. But for $1, I still picked up Final Fantasy 13 2. It's just the game, no manual or anything like that. But I thought it was a great price, or it was Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Again, you can see the dollar sticker over here. Everything was $1 there, and they were really pushing me to buy a bunch more. But I didn't really see anything I wanted. They had a bunch of PS3 games for $1, a bunch of 360 games for $1. I don't know much about the PS3 or 360 because I don't have them. So I just got those 6 games and called it a day. So that was my time there at the thrift store. So I went to the flea market on Saturday morning and got a few things here. My favorite find of the day at the flea market was Zelda, the Oracle of Ages. She had it for $10. She had a bunch of games that I wanted, but she didn't want to go down on prices on them. So I just took the Zelda game because I didn't have it, and I've been trying to collect all the Zelda games. They're all a lot of fun. I have a lot of the other ones, but for handhelds, I just have this one, and I have Four Swords. So I'm trying to find Minish Cap, Oracle of Seasons, um, and some of the DS games. I think I have Phantom Hourglass, so it's still a great find. It was $10, a little more than I wanted to pay, but on eBay, I think it's going for $10 or more. So what are you gonna do? So I ended up coming back to this lady just on my way. I was right next to the gate, and uh, and she was able to lower these prices. She had them for like $8 each. Since I showed her that, I was like, I just bought this one earlier. Would you do 5 for each of these? And she told me yeah. I wanted Tony Hawk 2. I have Tony Hawk 1. Now I have the second one, so it's just kind of cool to complete the series there on the 64. This one is Claymate, and I believe this is kind of somewhat of an uncommon game. It's not in great condition. It's got a bunch of crap I'm gonna have to try to get off, but for $5, and like I said, I was pretty sure this is a kind of an uncommon game, so it was cool to find it. And then at one other person there at the flea market, and this was an actual like reseller. The lady who I got those from, I think she just had random crap. But this is a reseller here. I picked up an PS2 RPG, Phantom Brave. I didn't know anything about it, but it looked a lot of fun. They had it listed at $8, and then I also picked up Disc Only Unlimited Saga. It's a Square Enix game. I've played Romancing Saga, and I'm not a huge fan of it, but I didn't have Unlimited Saga, they just threw it in for $2. So I picked both these games up for $10. So I didn't think it was a terrible deal. So just cool to add another two RPGs to the collection. So today I went out this morning for Father's Day, and decided to go back to that pawn store that I got the $1 games for, and just to see if they had anything else out. They're still doing the dollar sale. So show you what I did get. So I decided, since those Nintendo 64 games were still there, all the sports games, I went ahead and just picked them up. As I walked in the door, the guy told me, he's like, you buy 10 games, I'll give you a good deal. Well, all these games have dollar stickers on them, so I was like, well, that'll be easy. So I took the 6 Nintendo 64 games, and they are Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball, Knockout Kings 2000, NBA Live 2000, Extreme G XG2, NFL Quarterback Club 99, and Madden 99. So none of them stellar titles. In fact, I don't think I've played any of them. But for $1, I took them all for $1 each, but also I found some 360 games again for $1. First one was Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution. If you haven't played any of these games, I remember them on the computer. It's a strategy game. They're fun. Again, I probably won't keep it. Probably hope to find someone who wants it. But a dollar, I was trying to get to 10 games quickly. Next, I found another copy of Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. So I picked it up again for a dollar. The first one I found, I think, was the Greatest Hits edition. And this one's just the original release of it. So that was really cool. So again, for a dollar, I picked up another copy. I believe I'm going to send one of those to my sister and her husband because they have a 360, and then the other one I'll put up for trade or whatnot. And lastly, and this was really cool of them, I found Star Ocean, The Last Hope. I've played Star Ocean on the PS2, and it's a lot of fun. So it was cool to see this. Now this one they had for $10, um, and I asked them if they would do all those games I had and this for 15 total. It would have been $18 at all regular prices since all those $1 games. And the guy looked at me and he's like, "Happy Father's Day, take it for a dollar also." So he threw this in for a dollar, which was really, really cool. Again, I'm not going to keep this, so if somebody is looking for this, please let me know. I'd love to trade. But for a dollar for another RPG and a Star Ocean game, which are great games anyway, that was really cool. And to top it off, they're at this pawn store. Since it was Father's Day, and I have a 2-year-old, they were really cool. They threw in this gift bag, like a free bag of popcorn, and he told me to pick out any movie I wanted. So naturally, I have a 2.5-year-old daughter. I couldn't find any Barbie or Disney, so I went with the next best thing, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the movie. I didn't own it, so it was cool to find it. He threw it in, so definitely awesome. So if you live in the Las Vegas area, go check out Easy Pawn on Cheyenne and Jones. Tons of games for a dollar. Tons of 360 and PS3 games for a dollar. I don't know much about them, so I only found the ones that I've heard of and knew good things about. But all for a dollar, so that was just a great price. So check them out if you live in the area. And then lastly, hit up another pawn store. Not as good of a deal. Their PS2 games were 2 for $5. I picked up Tomb Raider Legends. Um, the Tomb Raider games are fun. I don't own any of them. But mostly I picked it up. This game here, Winback 2, I had never heard of it. It's kind of like a Metal Gear Solid game, I think. But when I was just kind of opening to check the discs, I realized that this one had a memory card with it. So I quickly found the 2 games and left with the $5, 2 games and a memory card. So that was really the biggest draw to pick up the games. They didn't really have anything else that I wanted. So, but that's really it. All in all, I would say a great haul. Like I said, most of these games are going to be up for trade. The 64 games, will be added to my collection. The Tony Hawk, the Zelda. But those 360 games are definitely up for trade if anyone's interested. Happy Father's Day, and thanks for watching.